Hi everyone, I'm Stephanie Gomes, and today I will show you how to use ClassDojo for making your lessons interactive and engaging. This will also help you in managing your classes effectively during the face to face school and also your online session. So, the first thing that you have to do is you need to create an account on ClassDojo.com. You can sign up as a teacher, parent, student, or a school leader. I've got my account as a teacher and I'm now going to log in and show you the different features of ClassDojo. These are all the classes that have been created by me, and today I will help you set up your own class here. For doing so, you have to click on the plus icon that says New Class, type in the name that you wish to have for your students. I'm taking Shining Stars. You can take any creative name that you wish to keep. Click on the grade level that you teach. I'm taking share only positive points with parents, that's by default. Grade class. The next step we have is for adding our students. You are required to type in the first name and the last name and then click on add and save. You will repeat the same process for as many students that you wish to have in your class. Or if you have the names already typed somewhere, you can simply copy it from there, go on to add students, go on to copy and paste your student list, paste them here, import the list, check through the names once again, click on continue and save. And there you go, you have your names on the screen. Now, in case you need to remove a certain student from the class, like if it's a transfer case or a change of section, so for doing that, you can go into options, go on to edit class, and then we can click on the name of a student that we wish to remove, click on remove student, and there you go, you have that student removed. Now, if you go on to options and edit class, you will notice the word skills over here. When you click on it, you will see that you have a set of skills already added by default. You can either use these or add skills of your own choice. You are also allowed to edit these skills. So if I want to change helping others to caring, I can do that, and I can also change the score, the weightage of this from 1 till any score that I wish to have. So I'm taking 2 over here. And when I save it, you'll see that it has been changed on the screen. Okay, something else that I want to tell you over here is that these skills are very helpful, not just for managing your classroom's discipline, but it will also encourage your students to interact and participate even more actively. You can keep skills that are general, for example, being caring, being helpful, participating actively, or they could be subject specific skills. Like if I am doing a math lesson, I can add the skill of solving a sum accurately, solving it with accuracy, and I can give my students a score for that. So you can add skills that are subject specific, be it related to science or English or math, anything. And this is really going to help you when your students are working online or whether in the face-to-face school, because every time you give them a score on a certain skill, they'll try to do even more better, so it's going to motivate them. All right, now something else that I have to tell you over here is that when you click on students, you'll notice that you have a profile picture with each of them. So if I want to change any of these, I can do so by clicking on the student's name, and I can click on that icon and pick from a range of other different icons that I have. So when I select the different options, you'll be able to see the other pictures or the other icons that we have over here. So you can click on any one that you wish to have for your students, and then when you select them, you can simply click on done and get that picture saved for your particular child. All right. Now let's look at how are those skills useful for us over here. Now, for example, I want to give Taha a score. So I'll click on his name and then give him a score of, say, working hard in the class. And I can give a score to an individual child, or I can give a score to my entire class if I see that the whole class is being very active in the class and they're participating very actively. So I can give the whole class a score for that. When if you look at besides students, you have the word groups here. So when I click on groups, I can create a group for myself. So if I say group A, and I want to have Maha and I want to have Taha in the group together. So I'll click on create group, and there you go. You have the group ready. So I can also give my entire group a score by clicking on the particular group name, going on to a word group, and then say giving them a score for teamwork. So the scores could be given to an individual student, a whole class, or a particular group. We also have a timer over here. So if you want to time your students for a certain activity, you can do that. So that's going to help you with your time management too. Now let's move on to the toolkit that we have here. The toolkit entails a range of different tools that will help us with our sessions. We have the timer over here. We have the randomizer. The randomizer is very helpful with classroom discussions, or even when you're having a certain activity and you want to pick up students randomly. This also keeps the students really active and engaged because they look forward to seeing that when is their name going to be shown on the screen. And if a certain child or does not want to participate at that particular time, you can pick again and let the next child participate. So this is how the randomizer will help you. We then have a group maker. I've already shown you how to make a group, but with a group maker, you have groups that are automatically generated. Let me show you how this works. So if I want two students in a group, I'll click on two, and there you go. The students groups are automatically generated. Another interesting feature of the group maker is that when you click on it, you'll notice that it also says don't group together. So if I want a few students to be added, in different groups, and I don't want them grouped all together through the automatic generator, I can choose those students and say I don't want Maha and I don't want Stephanie added in the same group. So I'll click on the names, click on done, and when I click on the particular number of group that I want to have, or the particular number of students that I want to have in each group, you'll see that the two students are added separately. So I have Maha added separate, and then I have Stephanie added separate. You may notice that there's a Stephanie over here. Well, that is because I have this name twice. So I'll do this once again for you to see how this feature works. So I'm going to go back onto Group Maker. I'm going to go back to Don't Group Together, and I'll change this. So let's choose different students for this time. I'm going to choose Maha, and then I'm going to choose Taha, and I don't want them in the same group. When I click on Done, click on the number of students per group, and there you go. You see that Taha and Maha have been added in two different groups. So this is really helpful when you want a few students added in different groups, because you already have planned behind, at the back of your mind, that I want these students in different groups so that they can mentor the others. That will help you for that particular purpose. Okay, then we have the noise meter. This is something fun, and it's also going to help you control the level of voice in your class. So every time the students look at the bar raising, they will try to speak a bit more slower and keep their volumes low and controlled. Okay, then we have directions. This is really very useful because you can just add in the name of your activity that you are doing, and then you can add in the instructions, or you can add in the criteria for your students, whatever you wish for them to work on. So you can simply add that over here and save it and show it to them whenever you wish to on the screen. Next, we have the think, pair, share. So you can have a question for your students displayed that can be used at the beginning of your session, at the end, or during your class. Whenever you wish to post it for your students, you can simply click on it and then displayed on the screen, and they will know that they have to work on that particular question. We then have today. This is something really nice too, because you have the date and the day displayed, and then this can be used for adding in an important announcement, a welcome message, or a morning work for your students. And then you'll notice that at times there are students who join in a bit late and you wish to wait for a few minutes. So while the students are entering the class, you can simply add in your message over here, and as they enter the class, they can just look at your post and start getting prepared for their session. So I'll type, "Hi everyone, I hope you are ready for your math session with your text book copies and your calculators." So, when this message is posted, and as your students enter the session and they're waiting for the rest to join, so they'll know that, they have to grab in their stationery or grab in their books and stuff that they need for the class that's going to start off. This is just a sample. You can type in any message that you want to have for your students over here. Okay, the next we have is the music option. So this is going to create a very nice environment for your class. You can pick from focus or active, and you can have this music playing as your students work, and it's going to create a very nice environment for your students. So these are all the features of ClassDojo that I've explained you so far, and I hope that you will be able to use them for enhancing the teaching and learning for your classes. And I'm sure that when your students use ClassDojo in the sessions, they will participate more actively and they will be more engaged in your classes. The next thing that I'm going to show you over here is the portfolios. Now, a portfolio would be very handy if you want to create an activity for your students on ClassDojo. Like if I go on to create an activity and say I want to have an activity on Changiz Khan, and I want my students to do a paragraph writing. So paragraph writing on Changiz Khan, and in the instructions I can type and say, write down at least 5 lines about, write down at least 5 lines about Changiz Khan using descriptive words. Okay, you can also record your instructions, and then you have a range of options that you wish your students to use in order to give you a response. So I choose text for this, and you can either choose it for the whole class or you can select it for particular students. That's your choice. Okay, so I'm going to take it for the whole class, and then you can click on assign to class. And there you go, your task is ready for your students. Now, this is very helpful in that case when you are going to ask your students to use ClassDojo for working on a certain activity. So this is when portfolios are going to help you. Now, how do students log in? Let's look into that. You notice over here we have student login. So if I click onto student login, and I'm going to click on at home show instructions. Okay, now if I want to go on to Mahamuni, so I'll click on that student, and there you go. These are the options that the students can use for logging into their account. So if I want them to use a browser, for example, so I'll just click on that particular link. And there you go. I've logged into Maha's account now, okay, using the link that was shown over there. And Maha can see that the activity or the task that has been posted by the teacher is over here. So she can click on start, read the description that says write down at least 5 lines about Changiz Khan using descriptive words. So Maha can continue her task over here and she can type all the information that she has about Changiz Khan. And once she's done, she's simply going to click on hand in. And if I go back to the teacher's account, let's see if it has been received over here. So here you go. I click on shining stars and I see if my student's work has been received. So let's just refresh this once again. I haven't received this so far, so let's just check. Okay, it says handed in 2 minutes ago. So let's go back to the teacher's account, refresh the page, and then we're going to check through this once again that whether we have received Maha's work or not. And there you go. So just in case you haven't received, try refreshing your, the browser on and off so that you receive your students' work on time. And there you go. I've received Maha's work. So I'm going to click on it. It says one new item to review. So I'm going to click on the student's work that has been received by me. And when you check through the work, you can either approve it or you can give Maha a remark by saying, maybe add more details. Start off with a more positive one. Say, um, good effort. Try, try to add more details. And then you can post that, return as a draft. So let's go back and see how this would appear on your students page now. There you go. Because I returned it as a draft, right? So the student is still allowed to edit her work. She can read the comment and then, type in more things into her paragraph writing. And then once she's done, she can check it and then hand it over once again. And that's how the process works in the portfolio. Now, I'm going to show you some more features of the portfolio from a student's point of view. So this is Maha Munib's portfolio. If I click on the plus icon over here, you'll see that you have a photo, video, draw tool. It says a file for attaching any particular file, an image or a document, and a journal. So Maha can also use these particular icons or these particular options to submit her work. So if she wants to, say, choose a picture, so she can go onto file, go on to image, and say if she wants to share the picture of Changiz Khan with her teacher. She can do that, upload the work. She can give a caption over here, Changiz Khan, and then she can hand this. There's a typing error, I'm sorry about that. She can simply send that to her teacher, and the teacher can review her work once it has been submitted. Okay, so these are all the features of ClassDojo that I have explained you, and I am very sure that once you start exploring it yourself, you'll find it very simple and very easy to use. And the plus point is that it has so many features involved just on one platform, so it makes the teaching and the learning very easy, and it's fun and engaging for the students. So I highly recommend you for using ClassDojo in your classes. Thank you very much, and I hope the session has been very useful for you all.